I'm Susan Aliyan, and I have something I am extremely passionate about. Child rearing. I know not everyone's going to get it perfectly, and honestly, I'm afraid that I wouldn't be perfect. There's no such thing as perfectly raising your child. However, you only get one shot at it, and if you don't get it right, there's no return policy. You can't put the kid back and let him come out again. No, you got to get it right the first time. We study before we get behind a wheel, right? We do a driving test before we start driving. No doctor rips open a body and starts trying to do medicine without studying for years. So why do we give birth to a perfect, raw human being and then just wing it? I don't understand. There's certain things you need to understand. First of all, most people, they don't want to repeat some of the same innocent mistakes their parents made. How do you do that? By just saying, I don't want to repeat the same mistakes my parents made? It doesn't work. What ends up happening is you go to the opposite end of the spectrum. So if you had super strict parents, like all over you, curfew at 8 p.m., then you're probably going to want to be liked by your kid and make sure that they don't have any curfew and have no boundaries, and then they don't respect you and they walk all over you. It's just the opposite end of the spectrum that you've reached by trying not to repeat what your parents did. And then there's the other way, which is, okay, I don't want to be abusive or violent to my kids. All right, so what tools have you taught yourself so that you don't do those things? You can't just tell yourself, I'm not going to do what my parents did. That's not enough. You actually have to seek out and learn, either through therapy or reading a book. Yep, reading a book. How not to repeat the mistakes your parents innocently made and to find alternative tools that you can activate to help you raise your child. And not all your children in the same household are going to be the same. They all have different spirits, different roh, different soul. Roh is an Arabic word, by the way. So you can't use the same blueprint. All my children are going to be good at math and science and they're going to be petroleum engineers. It doesn't work. I hate to break it to you, but one of your children might actually be an artist. Yes, I know, it's the thing we all fear. Try putting that artist into a box of an engineer. If you don't have a very good relationship with your child, you won't know that they might be suicidal their entire school term. Is that the parent you want to be? Is that the experience you want to give to your children? So study your child, understand what their spirit is, and figure out what ways they learn it. Some children learn auditorily. They just go in, listen to the lecture, and they remember and retain everything. Some children are visual learners. So when they see it on the chalkboard or they read it in their book, they will retain what they saw. Figure out which type of learner your child is. Study them. You are not the authoritarian parent. You are actually the student who is learning every day about what type of person your child is and how best you can be flexible and accommodate them to be the wonderful, productive human beings that they were set out and meant to be when they were born and before you got involved. It's important, guys. The way you treat your kids, the way we treat ourselves, and the way we treat each other. It can make a difference between having an ugly world and a beautiful planet.